Okay, first thing I do is protect my bed. And I will even put a piece of paper down because I mean it doesn't really matter, but no sense in getting this thing all glued up if I don't need to. So there you go. Next thing is a paper towel. I fold it. All I'm going to make is about 12 strips. Okay, I've gone as high as 20, but I find there's really a little meat in it. I'll show you what we're going to do with these. Okay. I'm going to use the thin CA glue. Remember, we use the thick for the tubes. I'll drop this down to about 360 RPM. 359, close enough. Alright, 3 drops. I'm sure you can see that. 3 drops is all you need. And once you go over it, don't go back over it. You're going to have a sticky mess. After each run, I'm going to spritz it with this activator to dry it so I can easily move on to the next coat. Otherwise I'd have to sit and wait for it to dry. 1, 2, 3. Well, I think I got 4 on there. I'll make it work. Alright, just leave it. It didn't coat it completely, but that's okay. We'll get it on the next one. Try to get as little on the mandrel or on the bushings as possible. The reason is that when if the bushings are stuck too hard to the pin, it may chip the glue when we separate them. So one, two, three. That's all we need. Not everybody likes the CA glue finish. I like it. I think it looks nice. It also makes for a very durable pen. Showing 362 RPM now. If you go faster, you have to move your paper towel faster, and you find that you get, and I can see some in here, some ridges, which will come out with a micro mesh, but I find about 360 works pretty good for me, and you can see how fast I'm putting the coats on. Alright, we are done with the glue. I'm going to go ahead and spin this up, let it dry a little more even after the activator. Okay, next step. I have some warm water here. It's going to be just off camera. A bucket of warm water. And my micro mesh pads. These are, they say wet or dry, but it's really wet. If you try to, I think they say dry. But if you hit this with a dry pad, it'll start tearing into the friction edge. It's not good. You got to start over. It'll mess up your project. Here's the color chart for the different coarsenesses going through, from coarse to fine. Coarse is 1500 grit, fine is 12,000 grit, and yeah, they need to stay wet. There's different brands of these with different color codes, so be careful not to mix up your charts with your brand. I have a couple more sets in there. I've used these for quite some time and they work well. I usually soak them for just a little bit, just to let them the pads to get wet, and then we'll get started here in a second. I'm right at about 1,000 RPM. It's looking really nice. There's a little hump right there that I'll take out, but it's feeling really good, nice and smooth. I'm going to turn it up to probably 1500. 1200. I find that if I turn it up too high, it's easier to get the unevenness, and it's easier to burn through the glue. So just be a little patient. That's really smooth, nice straight line. And it's got a few little bumps in there, right around there. Take those out. really good. Okay, we're going to start going up through the grits. Just keep it moving. Don't hold this on any particular point. You'll burn through, even on the finer grits. And gray is 12,000 grit. Really just feels smooth. Oh, that turned out nice. Ooh, really nice. Good deal. Got some different grains in there, slightly different colors. It's not a lot of contrast, but it'll be a nice looking pen. Alright. Tailstock back. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put this back in case I drop a part. Hopefully it'll catch it. Alright, good. It comes off nice and easy. If I were to just glue from one end to the other, these would be stuck together. Fortunately, they're not, because you're always running a risk of when you break those apart that it's going to chip the glue. Very interesting. Alright, take these off, put this all back together because these get lost easily. Knock out the mandrel. Alright, now I always put there's a hole in one end and flat on the other. The hole is for the tip of the pin to press in. So that just sits in there. This comes up. Well, first thing I always do is make sure that these don't have some extra residue on them. Sometimes the glue will overlap just a hair. Fingernail works good. You don't want to use anything too sharp. You'll end up cutting into the wood. It just knocks off. Alright, looking good. So, first thing we're going to put on is the tip, and This all just presses together. So that's going to go in there. As you can see, it's going to be a tight fit. Press this up so it's close. Use the tailstock. Make sure that you're not pressing it in at an angle, that you're square. And as you can see, that's a perfectly lined up because we did the reamer. So the next thing is the insert. As you can see, there's a threaded end and a non-threaded end. The threaded end will go in. This goes through here. So we'll press this in until we get exactly the depth that we want. So that when this twists, you know, it's the insert is in the right position. So, and that's just a little bit at a time. You don't want to get too carried away. If you overdo it, then the bottom of your pen will be sticking out even if you're closed. So. There's closed, and there's open, and open is just barely sticking through. So I do this a few times, just a little at a time, not in any hurry. Okay, a little more. Still have a lot of room when it's closed. Has a little wax tip on there. I like to use it, keep it on there in case I give this as a gift to somebody. I'm going to go just a hair more. That should do it. Perfect. Alright, on the bottom, so here's the collar, right here. There we go. So the collar will fit over that. It's a nice, easy transition. And this, because I lost track of, there we go. You can see the grain is going this way, and so I can match that up. And as I can see here, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but as you go around, there's some dark, trying to find something here. I usually try to line this up so it looks like this is pretty well lined up here, so that when the pen is closed, everything lines up right. So we can worry about that in a minute. But I do know that this is the top. So this goes in here. And this all gets pressed together. Smooth transition, very good. Really happy with it. Alright, so let's see what we have here. it looks like that lines up right there. So the pin is closed. This just presses on. There you go. We have a pin. Not bad.